So I posted today, what is it, September 22nd, Wednesday. I posted today this post. If your front desk team members cannot walk me through the process of one, where do your potential new patients, your leads come from? Meaning Facebook, Google, web form, fax referrals, doctor referrals, inbound phone calls, outbound phone calls, all of those. If I can't say, what do you do with your Facebook leads? If they can't walk me through the process of where that lead comes from and what they do until that person arrives, you are losing money today, tomorrow, yesterday. When I work with a client, the first thing I do is we get a hold and we get a grasp around what I call current state. What is the current state of your business? And you all know a business is what? What is the flow of a business? It's marketing, it's sales, it's retention, it's referral, it's repeat, right? And it overlays your patient life cycle. Go listen to my podcast, go find a YouTube, go anywhere. That is a business, right? So if you can't tell me the process of your lead, so lead source, Facebook, right? Web form, doctor referral, right? Again, you guys get it. If you can't tell me the lead source and the process you go through to get them to arrive, if I say, hey, Jerry, take me through your current process of what you do. So listen to this, it's what you do. So there's absolutely no reason why a front desk team member who is responsible for patient arrival, this is why it ain't about fucking patient scheduled, people. It's about patient arrival. Hey, Jerry, you are responsible to get people to arrive, correct? Cool. So let's start with telling me what are the sources for new patients. But let's just say they say Facebook ads. And I go, cool. Tell me the process. What do you do to manage a potential new patient the moment you know that they've raised their hand? One, how do you get the information? Start there and just walk me through to arrival. If your front desk team member can't tell me that process verbatim, verbally, without looking it up, you are losing money. That's what this is all about. If your front desk team members cannot walk me through the process of one, where do your potential new patients' leads come from, and then tell me how these leads are managed every step to arrival, then you are 100% guaranteed losing money and patients today. It's that simple. And it really hit me, right? When I start with these clinics and we go current state, and I'm like, great, let's talk about your process. You guys do the work. This is all that thing. Oh, you're not supposed to show up and just tell people what to do. You're supposed to engage them in the process. So I'm like, cool. All I'm going to do is come in and fine tune your process, because after you guys explain this to me, we're going to find out that you're probably doing about 75% of what we want you to do. So take me through. Where do your lead sources come from? All right. Facebook ads. Great. What do you do after someone raises their hand? They click on it. What happens next? Okay, great. You get an email. What do you do next? Okay. What do you do next if they pick up? What do you do next if they don't pick up? Okay. What's your follow-up, right? They should be able to take me all the way through the end. So again, someone may say, I'll give you an example. Facebook ads. To click on the ad, it goes to my email. I'm immediately notified that someone clicked on this email. And with the way and I'm making shit up here, with the way we manage Facebook ads, they request a call. So I confirm the call with them, and then I put it on my schedule, and then I call them. Boom, good. So you call them. It's call day. What happens? You dial them, right? They pick up. Tell me about the conversation. What is the objective of that phone call? Then let's say you get them scheduled, right? Because here's the other thing. What's the objective of that phone call? Free visit, paid visit, phone consult? What is it? They got to be able to break this all down. So, okay, let's say the objective is a discovery call for these Facebook ads. I call them, they answer, I get them booked on a discovery call. Good. What happens next? They get a welcome email. What happens next? 2 days later, they get an intro to their provider. Great. What happens next? 24 hours before the visit, I do a welcome call. Great. What happens next? They arrive. Cool. Next. You see where we're going with this? If they can't verbalize this, you're losing money. So, right? So same one, Facebook ad. I get notification. They request a call. I call them. They don't answer. Good. What do you do next? Well, we have a system where we call them right back. Cool. What happens if they don't answer that one? I leave an email or I leave a voicemail. Tell me what the voicemail says. Or we send a text. Great. Tell me what the voicemail is. Tell me what the text says. Cool. It goes out. Now what goes next? Okay, we follow up with them. If they call in the AM, we follow up with them in the PM. If it's the PM, we follow up with them in the AM. Great. What happens next? We know what happens if they answer, right? If they answer on the discovery call. I was just told that by this team member. Okay, what happens next if they don't answer, right? What happens next? What happens next? Okay, and then they go into the nurture system. Boom, done. Next lead source. Okay, we do Google Ads. Walk me through it. Boom, boom, boom. Someone picks up, someone doesn't pick up, right? We get web forms. What's the web form say? Holy shit, people. Web forms are a fucking Willy Wonka chocolate factory golden ticket. The web forms I've seen recently, people are gathering awesome information. Make sure your team knows what to do with that information. So first thing I say, I get a web form. I say, great, what questions does it ask? If you can't tell me what questions it asks, you will not be successful in your role. What happens next? What happens next? Great. We get fax leads. We get fax referrals. Great. What happens next? What happens next? We get people walk in. Great. What happens next? What happens next? We get inbound calls, people from doctors, people word of mouth. Great. What happens next? What happens next? It's that simple. Your team, this is why we're back to, and I won't beat this dead horse. This is why we're back to 3 roles for your front desk. Voice of the company, salesperson. Face of the company, customer service person. Admin, back office person. The front desk person, that's their world. Or sorry, the voice of the company, that's their world. But if I got your whole front desk team gathered up and they're in charge of all these things that I just said, sales, retention, calling, all this and that, I guarantee I will, as sure as the sun comes up, I've got to find a way to measure this and just start putting some kind of guarantee on all this. You lost money today. If someone on your team or one person, if you have one person, then it's them. If they are not directly accountable and responsible for these, because by the way, what I'm going to do as the team leader over sales, I'm going to come in and I'm going to look at the lead tracking log and I'm going to look at leads scheduled, leads arrived. I'm going to look at follow-ups. I'm going to look at all of that. So the better I have that sorted, the better I understand the system, the easier it is to manage. So is your team following up? Is your lead following up with leads in a timely manner? Is your team getting people scheduled? If not, what's the follow-up? Is your team getting people scheduled? Cool. What happens after they get scheduled? To assure, arrive, and pay. So that's what this is all about. And this has been, again, it's on you, the owner. It's on you, the practice manager. It's on you, the front desk manager. It's not the people doing the work. Sorry. So when I get on and some front desk person who's in charge of the incoming calls, new patient calls, can't give this back to me, I go straight to the owner. I go straight to back to the practice manager. I'm like, what do you think they could do? So, John, this is the answer to your question. This is the stuff I'm passionate about. This is the stuff, right? I get online, I get in conversations. Oh yeah, we're taking care of this. Cool. So are you willing to put your front desk team members in front of me and let them answer this question? Because by the way, I'm not here to say nobody's doing it. I'm here to say people are doing it. I just have a hard time finding them. That's why I'm constantly going, you're losing money. That's why I'm constantly telling people what they're not doing, because I'm not finding the majority of people doing this. This is the lifeblood of your business. This is the lifeblood of your community getting better and having access to your care. PTs love to scream about access to care. And I'm like, and you undertrained and didn't train your front desk, and they are turning people away because they are not managing the process properly, because they're not following up with people, because they're not managing the conversation, because they're not controlling the process, right? And so not only are you denying people in your community access to care that can help them, your business is losing money and is impacted. All right, we good? I mean, after the calls this week, I was like, just like, oh, Lordy. This is why I record team calls, by the way. So I tell owners, you don't have to be on the call, but I'm going to record it and you have to watch it. I'm going to take a deep breath, go back to my Zen place, probably put some music on. All right. Cheers, all. Thanks. Throw your comments, your questions down below. Tell me how you're doing it right. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it, right? I'd love to see some of the front desk people chime in here too. Cheers.